Alright, boys. Then I will teach you guys basically, well, how to 1v9 on Bel'Veth and the fundamentals to make Bel'Veth work. Now, there are 3 things that are super important if you play Bel'Veth, okay? Number 1, champion mastery. You need to know your limits of your champion, okay? Number 2, you need to be able to recognize where to get kills. So if you look at enemy draft this game, where can I get kills? How do you know where you can get kills? You can know that by looking at lane matchups. So take a look at Zaha and Teemo, right? My Zaha has crowd control and Teemo has ignite. So you can expect top lane to be like pretty much a shit show, but I'm still pathing towards the bot side, and the main reason why I'm still pathing towards the bot side is simply because I expect Qiyana Tristana to be complete psychopaths as well. And killing top lane, I feel like, is going to be more difficult than killing bot lane. Simply because I think that they want to punish the Smolder, and because they want to punish the Smolder, I want to make sure that I am there at the right place at the right time where I can help them, if needed, of course. But yeah, another small thing on Bel'Veth you want to think about, right, is just use your Q against walls. When I say against walls, I basically mean like use it to cancel your alt attack animation or your little dash. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue clearing here, and I'm just gonna explain mostly just like how to do the champion mastery stuff and how to get some juicy kills essentially, okay? That is the goal. Raptors. So now, as I'm looking mid lane, okay? Am I gonna go mid lane? No. As Bel'Veth, I'd much rather just full clear. This champion needs gold and XP quite badly. So what you really want to be doing is make sure you have good tempo and respawn your camps as fast as possible. So I'd much rather look after I finish my camps than before. That's like a must for me. So here, for example, I just use my Q against the walls. You can see it's a lot smoother if you Q against the walls, because you can alt attack instantly. And usually around 500 HP, that's when you can start using your W. Then it's like 2 more alt attacks, and you're good to go. And I even cringed my clear a little bit, but all good. Okay, now, obviously, you see mid lane here. Their mid lane here is very low, so I'm gonna go mid lane here for obvious reasons. Instead of me going for the crab, I'm looking mid lane. So when I gank here, you see that minion right there? When he's gonna walk up? And I'm not using my W, by the way. Don't use your W. Just walk on him, and you kill him. Because the thing is that, let's say he flashes your W, right? That is no bueno. You don't really want that. And I'll be honest, there I should actually smite with my blue buff. Because one thing with Bel'Veth is that it has insanely long cooldown. It's 18 seconds cooldown. And when it's something is like 18 seconds cooldown, you really want to have it before a fight, you know? Okay, now you see top lane all-inning. He's dead. Okay, well, great. Now, I'll put down a ward here the last possible second. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna go into bot side here. I'm gonna buy a sweeper. So, I just got a juicy kill, and I'm pretty sure... Actually, I'm not sure if Diana has summoners or not, but now, from my second clear onwards, I am down now to kill mid lane. First clear, almost always full clear, okay? Second clear, it can be a bit more situational. So right now, for example, I don't mind taking Raptors, and if I see a free mid lane kill, I'll go for that. Because now at this point as well, right, laners have an easier time taking platings too. And did you see how Diana warded the bot side there? Not sure if you saw that, but I hope you did. I'm not using my E, I'm saving for the gank, because my E is 18-second cooldown. Now I see I'm going mid, and just look at the way I click, right? I'm clicking behind him, but yeah, I mean, that guy just died, you know, so... I'm not going to use my spells. Because look, if I use my spells, right, I won't have it for the Kazakhs. So if you know that you're about to fight and enemy team is going to come in, don't use your spells. And you see the Drake here? Let's say I can take the Drake here, I don't take the Drake. I respawn my wolves, Gromp, I literally press B, I spend my gold, then I do the Drake. You see my laners pinging here like, hey, go for Drake? I'm like, no, 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 no. I am being extremely selfish, making sure I respawn my camps. I want you to think as a jungler like this. Your camps are like waves. Imagine a laner not getting one full wave for 30 seconds. If I do a Drake, my camps are not spawning for 30 seconds. And you don't want that. You're basically losing out on gold and XP, which is very bad. So right now, I was gonna use my Q instead, my other abilities, and I'm gonna hover bot lane. So you might be wondering, Kirei, how come you're looking quickly for a bot lane play here? Because, okay, first things first, am I strong enough to fight this? No, this is fucking troll. Because look at their items, they're 10 times stronger. Okay, I can make like one pick here, but that's it, you know, like, no more. Because if Kha'Zix is here, it's cooked. Now, here, do you see how they take the Drake here? Well, I got a bot lane kill, and now, because I took a bot lane kill as well, I'm getting more gold and XP. And of course, because he's doing a Drake now, I have a little bit of tempo, clearing my topside camps faster, which allows me as well to make a play faster. But yeah. I'm just joining the camp here. Saving my W for the small ones. And do you see his raptors there? I plan to invade his raptors as well. I'm just gonna ignore the red buff for a bit. Your E deals damage to the lowest target, which is the red buff. So that's why I just drag it a little bit there. And now go to enemy raptors. And you might be wondering, Kirei, how come you're going to enemy raptors right now? It's because I know I'm up tempo. But okay, I'll teach you a trick. Look here. I'm pinging my Katarina back. Why is that? Okay, we can just dive him, I guess. But the main reason why is because I want Diana to walk up. Wait, why is he not pushing? I feel like my Katarina is like a bit dizzy here. We got a double kill here. Oof! Okay, enemy team is tilted, I can tell you that much. I mean, my Katarina should have just pushed the wave earlier, but we take that. Anyway, now I got my item power spike as well, and the grubbies are up. Okay, usually I wouldn't go for grubbies. I would rather prioritize my boss camps, but because I'm playing Bel'Veth, well, grubs is very OP, so I'm gonna go for grubbies here. Of course, if you go for grubbies, make sure to communicate to your laners, yo bros, let's go for it. But another tip that I have is that before you go for grubbies, right, gank the laner first. So see right now, Diana, I'm ganking the laner first, and now I go grubbies. Why is that? Because now my Katarina can move with me, and my Katarina cannot die to the enemy. And now, because my Katarina moves with me, guess what? They're just getting killed here. And simply because I hovered mid lane, killed the mid lane first, and just so you know, I did not anticipate the enemy Kiana. We cooked them there. Because I simply had, guess what? Numbers. And one thing as well, right? Just press your ult when you're when the grubbies is low. Because your ultimates like an execute. Now, I have basically 1k gold. And how do you continue generating lead, boys? How do you do that? Well, first thing first, I need to take my camps. We can all agree with that one. And if I'm taking my camps, I'm just gonna farm. I'm not gonna do anything fancy. So I have to pick my laners a bit to play safe. That is what we're doing right now. I'm going for the Krabby Patty. And after I get the Krabby Patty, let me get Strikebreaker second item. We can then look for a base. So why am I not looking for a top lane play here? It's because when my regular camps are respawning, I would much rather take my regular camps than look for a top lane play. Because me respawning my camps as soon as possible and allowing my mid laner to play like a complete psychopath is much more important than, you know, helping top lane. I was just checking my blue buff to make sure he's not on it. And now I'm taking my wolves. Why wolves? Because I want to make sure my camps are respawning all at the proper time. Because you see, I took my top side, so I'm taking wolves, gromp, like that. You see bot lane fighting, I go bot lane after I finish my gromp. Okay, I think this guy might go a bit psycho, maybe. Okay, wait, I'm not fighting that. I'm definitely not fighting that. Now, who's my win condition? We can all agree it's Katarina, okay? Because I want to play for my Katarina, I'm just gonna take my camps and play around her. What they want to do is they want to play around bot lane. I want to play around Katarina. Got him. And why did I force a fight here instantly? Because I didn't want the enemy mid laner to come to me. Okay, I actually don't have smite, but it should be okay. Okay, fucking dog. He didn't even know that I had no smite, but he just went for it. Little freak. Wait, did I not pick his ultimate up or what? Always jump out first with tower shot, then pick up his shit. And now, because I'm playing Bel'Veth, right, and I have all these seedlings here, and I have 3 grubbies, just hit the mid lane tower. Whenever a minion dies... Fuck! Okay, that was close. That was close. Yeah, whenever minion dies, you spawn one of those voidlings, right? Very OP. Anyway, as a Bel'Veth right now, what is the next objective? Do you see how the Rift Herald is spawning in 2 minutes? Every single objective, I want to prioritize that. So, what am I going to do right now? I'm going to clear bot to top. And honestly, if Kha'Zix is good, he can take my top side anyway. So I am not going to waste time checking top side. I'm just going to go bot to top. And but hey, pay attention. It's 1:30 before the objective now, okay? I want you to pay attention how like it's 1:30 before objective. I'm now in base, taking full clear. Take a note on when the objective is spawning. You'll be surprised. Me doing a full clear and then going for the objective. The objective will be up almost, you know? That's why usually 1:30 before objectives, I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to play for? For that reason, you'll see. Look, I take the crab. You see mid lane fighting? I just farm. I just hope he survives. Because even if my mid laner dies here, he'll be alive for the objective. 50 seconds for the objective. And just so you know, I only finished 2 camps. Okay, I did go for the crab, but, you know. I still continue my full clear. The Rift Herald, 40 seconds. But do you note how, like, 1:30 before objective, I'm literally trying to finish my full clear, and objective is already spawned in 20 seconds. Now, do you see my golems? I'm not taking my golems. Because I want to prioritize pressuring on this mid lane wave or this bot lane wave. Wait. Teamwork actually makes me miss my E, bro. Yeah, do you see how I'm skipping my golems here? Because as a jungler, you don't want to full clear all your camps before objective. If you can like skip a wave to get potentially a kill right before objective, that is 10 times better than like taking it one extra camp, you know? Like, it's so much better. It's not even close. Now, what's next objective? Drake 140. One thing here as well. Do you see how I'm taking an enemy blue buff? I'm saving my spells because if enemy jungler comes here, I want to have 4 dashes available. And I'm pretty sure it's going to come here. But before I fight here, do you see how their bot lane's missing? So they could be moving towards me here. Okay, it seems like Kha'Zix actually just not going topside. So yeah, I'm just gonna take the top tower here. But now the beautiful part is that Drake's spawning 30 seconds, right? So obviously, I want to take the top tower. And now we look to base together. And of course, if you look at their draft, I think having Death's Dance would help a lot. Because I do think getting a reset on kill should not be too difficult. Look, now Drake spawning 20 seconds. Even if you play Bel'Veth, okay? You really gotta lock in. Wait, hold up. I would love to kill them here, but mother of a boost, my laners. This is gonna be 1v2. I should play a little bit slow here. Oh, Timo, you're not making out of that one. I mean, here I saw my teammates were coming slow. This is just counting numbers, right? Remember before the game how I said, like, you need to count numbers? I knew it was 1v2. I don't like to take 1v2 for obvious reasons. Because even if I'm 20-0, okay, I'd much rather fight equal numbers. And now, of course, I'm going to join his camps here. And then I'm looking for a base. And of course, I do have my Death Stance here in base. I found a Timo. And I'm going to push ball in here a little bit. But of course, I do need the base. I have a lot of gold. But now, I'm channeling base here, okay? But I kill one of their side laners, okay? Do you see how Timo is dead and Diana's top lane? I'm staying here. Because their solo laner is now top lane and their Tristana should go mid lane. Knowing that information, if you play a champ like Bel'Veth or really any champion, you don't want a base even if you have your item power spike. Because look now. I'm literally getting 5 players on bot lane because I know that I killed the Timo and Diana's top lane. And because people are bad at defending, that's why in the past Yorick used to be super OP, is because people are not responding to the split pushes properly. And now I forced them to show towards the bot side. Boom. I have now 4k gold. And I'm 3 levels up on the Kha'Zix. I got my Death Dance. I can even go more. Like, how can I play now? And of course now, because I pushed the bot lane, they have to respond to bot lane, and because they have to respond to the bot lane, I now get man advantage in the top side. So any fight I'll be taking here is probably going to be favorable. Because look, Teemo showing on bot side. What does it mean for me? Well, +1 for me, right? So any fight I'm more than happy to take. And look, because the enemy team has no vision around the Baron, they're going to be forced to face check here. And that's an ace. And that's how we cook them. But do you see how, like, I forced someone to show top lane, Teemo joined late to the party, I knew I had man advantage, and I view it as gold XP. And now I take a fight where I have numbers. So like, you really need to learn how to count. If you can count, it's so much easier. And how to, of course, create numbers, right? Like, because counting is one thing, but how can I create numbers? League of Legends, in the end, is a probability game, and you can increase your winning chances by, you know, pushing side lane and forcing them to show there. And of course now, before I base, I'm gonna take all the scamps here. And then I'm out. See, Kha'Zix wants to go topside maybe here. And that is GG. I mean, obviously, I'm super OP, right? I get a kill. GG, well played. But that's how you want to think if you play like a champ like Bel'Veth. And yeah, you know, if you literally follow the tips I told you and think about those things, then it becomes a lot easier. I'm blinded, so I'm not going to hit him. And now it's dead. So even though my top and bot were not that useful, GG. And as you can see, they, yeah, could not really play the game. But that's how I want to get the bread on the Bel'Veth and 1v9.